We've been here several times throughout our lives, as most Bristol residents have. But the reason we're here sort of so close to the closure is because our mum passed away last year, and one of the most significant memories we have, especially photographed, was visiting Bristol Zoo. So we've basically come here specifically. There's a measurement chart over there. It's like a giraffe and the world's tallest man. And we've got a photo when I was like 10, 11.
About 25 years ago.
About 25 years ago. And we basically just come here to recreate that. We have a cousin that got married here as well. So there's a lot of memories here. There's a lot of, symbolism and whatnot. So yeah, I wanted to take the chance to check it out before it closes. Well, it's certainly a shame, but I know it's all for good reason, and I'm more excited about the future prospects and what it's going to evolve into. But I mean, it's obviously always been a staple in Bristol. It's always been it's iconic, really. I think it plays a part in everyone's lives in terms of growing up, and it's a staple for school trips and whatnot, and yeah.
It's a rite of passage, isn't it, if you live in Bristol?
Bristol Zoo, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's gonna be weird without it, but again, I know it's for good reason.
This is not a big moment just for us, but actually for family histories and family memories in and around Bristol, but also much further afield. As soon as we announced that the zoo was closing, I heard that families were coming down from Leeds because they said, we've got to come down and see the zoo before it closes. Yeah, this is a big thing. I am very attached to this place. I mean, I've sort of, in my working life, this is pretty much actually the only job I've really had. I've grown up here. The way I view the world has changed. The zoo has changed. I've been very proud of the kinds of things that I've been able to do in the zoo, and the way we've changed over the years, and the kinds of conservation work that we do, and then the public engagement that I'm so passionate about. So for this zoo to close, and I'm very interested in history as well, because I overlapped with people who'd worked here in the 1940s, I became interested in the zoo's history. So everything about this place, I'm very connected to it, and so for me it's also very emotional to have this last week before we close it, and then obviously move everything to the new place.
It's fantastic. I mean, the gardens, we've been here in the evenings for picnics and all those sorts of things. So yes, we loved it. We've always loved the zoo. It'd be a shame to see it close, but I can see why.
Oh gosh, I've got lots of memories of coming here myself when I was little, on school trips, and really, really enjoyed that. And then it's lovely to come back now with my grandchildren. So it's a really special place, and the fact that it's sort of coming to the end of its time, it's wonderful to be here now. In a way, I think change is inevitable, and I think with all the conservation that everyone is doing here, I think it's a positive move that the changes are going to be really, really good in the new zoos.
I'm really sad. I did feel it was something I really wanted to come back and sort of have a last trip round and take some nice pictures. But I'm quite keen that they're having the gardens still open, so that'll be quite nice if we can come back and visit. But it's not going to be quite the same. I have been to the wild place, but it's just not the same location really, so it's a bit sad, but I totally get why. Well, I worked out this morning, I've been coming at least 40 years.
Wow.
So when I was my daughter's age, 8, and came with my first camera and got really lovely pictures, if a little bit blurry, of some of the things that they haven't got here anymore, like the white tigers and the polar bears, and I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, there was lots of animals that obviously we don't have anymore.